So in the today's session, we will look on the Azure App Service. So in the previous sessions, we have covered how to browse the portal and various costing factors, and what are the Azure icons or what are the resource group. So all those basic concepts we have covered. So in this session, we will look onto the Azure App Service. So what we basically learn here is what is a Azure App Service and what are the various plans are available and how we can secure these app service, right? So before to get start exactly on what is Azure App Service, so here I have given a very simple diagram where you can see that there is a server and there is a web server and there is a database server. So in the web server where we are hosting our web applications and the database server where we are going to host our database. So this is a very typical or a very common scenario when you look back on the on-premise kind of applications where we host the web-based applications. So when you host these web-based application, typically they are either intranet or internet-based applications, but your hardware and softwares are located on the private network or the private data centers. So if I want to move this particular setup onto the cloud, so what are the various options are available for me, right? So moving to the next slide, here you can see that I have opted for a Azure PaaS solution. We can have it in Azure IaaS solution as well, but in this session I wanted to cover on the Azure PaaS solution. So in the PaaS solutions, how I can move a web application which is hosted on the on-premise to the web application which is hosted on the cloud. So what I will do is I will go ahead and use the Azure App Service. So in the App Service, basically we can host Azure Web applications or with Azure API based applications. And in the database, I will be replacing with the Azure SQL. So what are the challenges, right? So when we move from the on-prem to the cloud, basically security is the one of the important aspect, right? How you're going to protect your entire infrastructure, how you're going to provide access, and how you are going to secure your application. Uh, So when we talk about security, why we are speaking much about it, since now your servers and everything is on the public cloud, so it is over the internet. So now it's become challenging that you have to protect your infrastructure as well along with your application. And going to the next slide. So in Azure App Service, what are the advantages we have? So Azure App Service is basically it's a web-based interface where you can configure HTTP or HTTPS-based URLs, and it has two options are available. As I said earlier, there is a Azure Web Apps and there is a API apps, and how we can run on what server these app services run. These app services runs on Windows servers or it runs on the Linux machines, and it's basically pay as you go on model. When we say it runs on the Windows or the Linux machines, so underlying hardware is a VM, so you can change the VM whatever size you are looking for. So there is a free VM, there is a standard VMs, there is a premium VMs. There are many options are available. In that again, we have a different combinations in premium. There is a 2 CPU, 4 CPU, 8 CPU, 2 core, 4 core. So there are multiple options are available based on your requirement or size of the application. You should be selecting the required hardware. Coming to the next slide, uh, Azure App Service basically has two types of app service which it offers. One is non-isolated and the isolated. So underlying hardware, it makes a difference. When we say it's a non-isolated, so underlying hardware is a shared between the multiple customers of Azure. So it's going to be very cost effective since your underlying hardware is a shareable one, but we don't have much control on the servers and we don't have much control on the network since it's a shareable one. We have a very limited, so we can do only one kind of a setting on the network side. With respect to the isolated one, in isolated the complete hardware is given to the customer, right? Your entire virtual machine is being handed over to the customer where they can go ahead and configure the hardware. They have a granular level control on the network instances. And these machines are highly performance oriented, so you can have a better speed in your application, and they are highly scalable and memory utilized. So what is the makes the advantage or disadvantage between the non-isolated and the isolated? So in the non-isolated, it's going to be cost effective. In the isolated, it's going to be very costly. In non-isolated, security is less. In isolated, we can have a very granular level security. So when you talk about banking or financial kind of a services where they don't want to share any of their hardwares or the applications between the customers, so they definitely prefer for isolated sort of a environment. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will go to the Azure portal and we'll try to see how we create the app service on the Azure portal. So here I'm on my Azure portal. So I have clicked on the app service. So once I put a app service here, I could see there are various options are available. So I will go to the app service, which is this one. So I click on this app service. So on this app service, I click on the add button. So the first one, foremost thing, it will ask for the resource group, right? So this is what we discussed yesterday. Whenever you want to create any of the Azure services, you have to first create the resource group. If you have already the existing resource group, you can go ahead and select it. I have a something called learning already existing resource group. I will go ahead and select that. I will type whatever name I'm looking. Example, say Azure Fun Sharon, right? So here I can host two kind of applications. One is a Docker based container one and another one is your normal code based. So normal code based, it can be C# code or it can be your Node, Python, right? Java based code we can write. So example, I select a code. Here I can see that there are various options are available. I can host a .NET application, Java application, a Node application, Python, Ruby. These are the various options are available. If I select a Docker, right? So here, since language doesn't matters in Docker, so that particular option got disabled. Now you can select either Linux based Dockers or a window based Docker options. So let me go to the code. Assume that I wanted to deploy .NET Core application. I'll put a .NET Core and I have to select a region. Region is basically where you want to deploy your particular application. It can be in India or it can be in Australia. So I select a Central India. Here comes the important part. So we spoke about uh, Azure Service Plan or isolated plan. So this is the one where we are using a non-isolated plan. So you can see there is a SKU and sizes. So when I click on SKU and size, there are various options are available here. So if you wanted to go for isolated, you have to select this particular option, and these are the different kinds of machines are available under the isolated. So you can see that there's a network isolation it provides, and it can scale up to 100 instances. So if you go for the production, these are different set of machines are available for the production. If you are going for a dev or test kind of environment, you can get a F1 series which is going to be free, and you can select a D, which is a shared infrastructure with the better hardware, and B is also option. If you click on this drop down, you can see other two three options are available. So let me go ahead and select D series machine, and I will say apply. I go to next. If you want to integrate your web app with the DevOps setup, then you can go ahead and look into these deployment options. Otherwise, let us keep it as a disabled. Then I go to next. So if you want to monitor your application, monitor your infrastructure, then go for the application insight option. Otherwise, we can click it on no. So on application insight, I will make a separate video sessions where I will be explaining more on the application insight. So I'll go next to tag. Tag is something you want to tag it to someone names or product owners. You can put the tag name, and even you want to get the billing based upon the tag. Example, I'll create a 10 resource and all the 10 resource I mentioned a similar tag. So when I put on that tag in the costing sheet, I should be able to get the pricing details. So that's the need of the tag. Then I will click on to the next. It will validate all my parameter, right? I click on create. So your job is submitted. So it is going to create the web app for you. And this is the screen what you will see, how the deployment is in progress. and you can see that the resources got provisioned. So let me go to resource. So on the left hand side, you can see various options are available. This is the browse. So if you click on this particular browse, it will navigate to the URL of the web app. Otherwise, you can see on the left side, there are various options are available. So let me take you to the important. So in the important one, you can see that there's a deployment options are available if you are integrating with CI/CD pipeline. If you wanted to make any configurations where you want to secure the keys, such as the database connection keys, or you want to establish any configuration related data, so those information you can put it here. So it's basically a key value pair sort of a thing. And if you want to get authenticated, so these setups, if you want to get the backup of your entire web apps, then you can click on the backup option. Then we got a configuration related to the uh, SSL configuration, networking, if you want to connect your web app to a network. So there are few more options are available, which probably I will take you to once I look on to the other sessions, where I will be talking on the some of the very important knowns, such as what is your web jobs, right? And what are the quotas, right? So these are the important one which we'll walk through, like API management, API definitions. So otherwise, for today's one, what is the networking means? Networking, it will, your web app will be connected to the network. So if you want to connect to the network, then you should be selecting the network option. App service plan, this will shows you which configuration of hardware you have used. So as you can see on this window, so it will tell you that you are using a D series, a shared machine. So under a single app service plan, you can host as many as apps are possible. So that's the meaning of here apps 1/0. So if you're hosting 10 apps in a single app service plan, it will show you a 10 apps here, right? So that's it for today's session. Thanks for attending this today's session, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye.